Alrighty then. Oh man, we are fucking... Hope that last one blew your mind. Blew my mind. I'm learning shit too going through this. I mean, there's always something new to learn. Like I said before, a lot of guys like David Strayed and Chris Hauser and Anna von Reitz and all these guys. There's another guy named Patrick Devine. I don't know a lot about him, but there's that guy. There's a bunch of guys, and they've all been doing this, way, way longer than I have. I'm kind of the new guy on the block, to be honest with you. I just ask a lot of questions, and I clear up a lot of definitions, and I just dig hard and fast and ask a lot of questions. And I've taken kind of, I've read 2 or 3 books from Anna von Reitz. I've read several books from David E. Robinson, 3 or 4 or 5 of which weren't even from him. I've read, watched tons and tons of videos from David Straight. I'm trying to learn from every single direction. And all of Chris Hauser's videos, including reading many, many documents that he's submitted, breaking them all down, getting all the definitions, buying documents from James C. Lovett, watching all of his YouTube videos, getting all of his documents, reading through all of his documents, and clearing up all the dictionary words, etc. So I'm trying to learn all the time, learning something new with these videos. So here's you. Let's regroup. Man or woman, this is you. Now at this point, where are we at on our contracts? Let's see here. I'm actually gonna let's see. Marriage. If you aren't married, then you don't have to worry about the marriage one. And when I say married, is you have to have a marriage license. We're going to get into this later in a later video about marriage, but you can go to Alabama, and Alabama does not offer marriage licenses. They only offer marriage certificates. So you can get married in Alabama without having to worry about getting contracted into all the bullshit. So which ones have we wiped out pretty heavily? We've wiped out this one pretty heavily. We've wiped out this one pretty heavily. I guess public versus private commerce. This is involving opening a trust, a pure contract trust. This one we're going to get to way later. So here's all the contracts. Let's say you're not married. That'd be nice. Driver's license, we're going to cover that one now, including some other stuff. Permits or licenses. The passport's going to kill a lot of those. You can just get rid of them or you can change them. So we're starting to kill some fucking contracts here, man. We're starting to really kill some contracts. You're getting there. You're really getting there once you do the steps that we've been over so far. So on the driver's license, let's cover the driver's license very briefly. So on the driver's license, you're going to put CO on the address. CO on the address. You're probably gonna do no for the question that asks you U.S. citizen, and then you're going to sign human signature with using either agent or beneficiary as the title. I did agent because only trusts need licenses. Humans do not need licenses, so only trusts need licenses. So I did mine. I didn't want to sign it as a beneficiary because I'm not really the beneficiary. So I don't know. Now that I think about it, just do agent, because it's just more honest. It's more realistic. You are an agent for the trust, signing on behalf of the trust, and the trust needs the driver's license. So when you sign for the driver's license, you're going to sign Brandon Joe Williams, comma, agent. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. This is important. And most importantly, you're going to sign without prejudice. Bam. So go to the DMV. They're going to charge you, $20 or $35 or something like that. Tell them you want to update your address. You want to update your signature on file. You want to update your citizenship status. You want to basically go through the whole thing and get a new driver's license. If for some reason, I don't think it'll be a problem. I had no issue. It was like $35, and I'm sure California is twice as expensive as everybody else. So $20, $30. You're going to go in. You're going to say no to U.S. citizen. Any questions at all that ask you anything about being a citizen of anything, just say no. State of Utah, just say no. Now, if it asks you, you have to be a state of Utah, and then you push no, and then it says, we're sorry, we can't give you a driver's license unless you're, then in that case, you can put yes, because you don't have a choice. But if you have a choice, say no. For sure on U.S. citizen, you're going to say no. You're going to use care of on the address. You're going to say no to U.S. citizen, and you're going to sign without prejudice, human name, comma, agent on the signature at the end for your new driver's license. And when you do that, they'll send you a new driver's license, and you should get it in a week or two. And the best thing to do is to get rid of the driver's license. But honestly, I still have mine. You just don't use it. You don't even carry it on you. You just carry your passport on you at all times, your passport card. So as long as you just get a new driver's license and then just stick it in a drawer somewhere at home, if you ever need to rent a car or something, they're not going to let you use the passport. So you'll want to have a driver's license for that. It's nice to have one, I think. There might be some other people out there that think otherwise, but that's how you kill the driver's license contract, right? And then I guess I don't have a point on my list yet because I just completed mine recently. But when you make your trust, which is the private versus public commerce section here, where my thumb is, you can put your car into the trust, and then you can get the car plated in like South Dakota or something like that. I may go over that. I ended up sending in a form to like some kind of South Dakota Department of the Treasury and sent them some money and sent them the title. And then I said, this is going to go under this trust that I have opened up. And then they sent me back a registration and license plates saying that I'm the trustee and the trust owns the vehicle. And I'm a trustee of the trust, so I have permission to drive the vehicle. That's how I did that. Okay. And you're still going to need, and if you do want to still get insurance, you will need to get insurance under your driver's license. The only other option that you can get insurance is Progressive has a passport insurance. It's an international traveler's insurance. It's quite a bit more expensive. So it's basically what they do is they add 5 points to what would be a driver's license. So the passport, there is no record of anything because on a passport, unless you slam into somebody or hurt somebody, there is no infractions. There is no such thing as speeding. You can blow stop signs. You can drive drunk. You can drive stoned. You can do whatever you want, and you cannot be prosecuted or get any tickets. Obviously, you shouldn't do that because that's kind of fucking dumb, and you could hurt somebody. But as long as you don't hurt anybody, you can't get any tickets. So there's no record on a passport because you can't get get tickets with a passport, really. So once you clean up your driver's license, once you have your passport, you can go get insurance if you want to from Progressive. They add 5 points. So let's say you've already got a whole bunch of points or you got a DUI or something like that. Once you get your passport, you can get insurance through Progressive with your passport. It's going to be expensive. I think my car is $200 if I use the $200 a month if I use the driver's license, and it's like $600 a month if I use the passport. So, but that's because I have like the cleanest record ever. And for the kind of car I have, you'd think I wouldn't, because it's like insane, like 800 horsepower monster. But for whatever reason, I just never get in any trouble at all, ever. And now I can't physically because I have my passport. So, it's up to you what you want to do. But if you've already got 5 or 6 or 7 points, or you've already lost your license, you'll have no choice but to just do the passport insurance. And it's like $600 a month for a really nice car, or it might be more or less. I don't know. But you can get, my point is, you can get insurance, you can get a passport, you can drive a vehicle, you can have a vehicle with insurance if you want to do it that way. I'm working on some other ways to eliminate insurance entirely. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, let's move on. We just went over driver's license. We just went over all that stuff. So all licenses, all registration, all permits are all unconstitutional, and they actually deepen your relationship with their statutes via tacit consent. Once you get your new passport and everything, you can now start to eliminate or change your driver's license. Technically, you could go get a new driver's license before you do your passport, but I wouldn't. I would just do the passport first. If you're real antsy and you're waiting for a passport appointment at a post office and you want to go do your driver's license, go for it. CO, human signature as an agent, and without prejudice, and no to U.S. citizen. You don't need to have your passport or your revocation of election done to do that. You can do that now. We already went over the definition of a license. Your God-given rights are only not allowable when you tacitly agree to be a trust in your all caps name. Trusts don't have rights. So trusts don't have rights, and licenses are for trusts. Look at your driver's license, even your passport. Look at any other license you may have, such as a concealed carry permit, and you will see on all of those licenses and permits that your name is in all capital letters, because the permit or the license is not for you as a human being, as a man, as a woman. It's for the trust. The trust is a U.S. citizen. The trust is located in Puerto Rico. The trust has no rights, and you are acting as though you are the trust. To register, by definition, means to beg for approval or to beg for a benefit, and puts you under the entity you are begging, which places you in their jurisdiction. You know, when you beg for something from somebody, you're automatically assuming that they're senior to you and they have jurisdiction over you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a parent. It could be anybody. That's just actions that prove situation. Just because you're not signing documentation to it, I mean, behavior is the best way to nail down someone's intentions or someone's thoughts, or the way that someone, you're acting a certain way in a court of law. They're going to show that he's acting this way. That's proof that you believe these things, that you believe you have no rights. It shows low self-esteem. It shows low self-trust. It shows low intelligence. It shows a lot of things. When you create a contract, you're getting a benefit. Because they're giving you this privileged thing, and it's supposed to be the benefit. So when you're contracted into something that gives you a benefit, they can now request things in return. That's how contracts work. So that's how they get you. Oh, I'll give you the benefit. If you just contract with us, then now that they're contracted, they can do other things to you, right? Because once they give you a benefit, they can now flip around and request a benefit back. That's kind of why you hear the term nothing's ever really free, right? There's some truth in that. You're getting a false benefit in exchange for now having to give something back in real value. And then also the act acts as tacit consent to not being human in the eyes of the law, because it's not you that has the license, it's the trust. Humans don't need licenses, only trust do. How can anyone but God give you rights? How can the people you pay to run your country sell and give you rights? You apply for rights from agencies you pay to have there. Does that seem correct to you? Are you granting the power of God to your government? Only God has the power to grant rights or take them away. These people believe they are God, and we allow this to happen. Passports. One of the definitions of registration is to prepare security for sale to the public. All these licenses and permits are actually turned into securities and bought and sold on private markets. It's all a scam for private corporations pretending to be government to make money. The government you thought has existed your whole life doesn't exist at all. They want your money and they want jurisdiction over you. And the way that they get it is through registration, licenses, permits. And also the U.S. citizen thing, obviously, right? And then here we have some case law from W.W. Cargill Company versus State of Minnesota. Looks like it's from 1901. The acceptance of a license in whatever form will not impose upon the licensee an obligation to respect or to comply with any provision of the statute or with the regulations prescribed that are repugnant to the Constitution of the United States. That means, like, even if you take on a license, it still doesn't mean that anything within that contract has any real seniority over the Constitution. You still have all your constitutional rights regardless of what you're doing with your licenses. It doesn't matter. And so basically what they're trying to say in that quote is, you know, you have the right to contract in any way that you want, even if it's fucking stupid and you're a fucking retard. But if you do stupid things, it doesn't mitigate the big boy, the big daddy, the Constitution of the United States. Your ability to contract as you see fit, as stupid as it might be, is senior to anything else. But you can't contract away your human rights, even if you tried, even if you wanted to, is basically what they're saying in this quote. So I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to go over for number 12. Let's keep this one a little short. We'll give you a little breather after that passport video. All right. See ya on video 13.